Now, it was the referees that took the headlines again in what was the biggest game of the season so far.
I'm just getting fed up of the lack of consistency from the referees within this country. It is happening week in, week out, not just to Arsenal.
The truth is, one rule for City at the Etihad, one rule for everybody else.
It's up to the players. It's your choice. If you kick a ball away, there's a distinct possibility that a consistent referee is going to consequence you.
But you're talking about a bit of inconsistency, where some players have got away with actually kicking the ball away and others haven't.
When I'm seeing players get sent off for that...
Listen, they got their hands tied, Jay.
Really?
Michael Oliver had his hands tied. Do not give the referee...
I'm sick of it, mate. I'm sick of it, what they're doing to football.
Don't
sick of it.
Kick the ball away.
Sound advice from Jason Cundy. First time I've uttered a sentence like that. Couple of match-altering decisions from Michael Oliver. Lack of consistency being put to question once again. To talk about this, let's join former Premier League referee Mark Hasley. Morning, Mark.
Morning, guys. How are you?
All good, thanks. Yeah, good, thanks, Mark. I mean, look... You know, consistency. Everybody is human. Everybody's going to make mistakes. I think we saw it in the game down at Brighton at the weekend. Rob Jones indicating that Morgan Gibbs-White had played the ball, quite clearly indicated that. Yeah. Anthony Taylor got himself involved because he clearly saw things from a different angle. But as long as the officiating team, come to the right decision, shouldn't we welcome involvement from the fourth official, from the assistants?
Yeah, listen, fourth officials can get involved and help the match day referee. But when Rob Jones had a great view of the incident, okay, straight away, Rob Jones is signalled a throw, okay? And then he's gestured that he's clearly got the ball, okay? Clearly got the ball. So in that situation, if I was a fourth official, I would not get involved in that situation because he's made his decision. It's subjective. Was it a reckless challenge? Was it a careless challenge? It's subjective. Now, what you do, you don't get involved, and then what you do is you go in the dressing room and you talk about it after the game, and that's where you learn. And for me, Anthony Taylor should not have got involved in that incident.
Interesting. Look, I mean, there was so much controversy this weekend, wasn't there? Obviously, Michael Oliver, in that high-profile game, did you feel that he got the two big decisions right?
Yeah, listen, look, it's a massive, massive game, and I thought Michael refereed the game and handled the game extremely well. You're always going to have incidents in games of that magnitude. Stuart knows what those big games are like. Now, listen, with the Doku one, I mean, if Michael was refereeing a few weeks ago at Arsenal against Brighton with the Declan Rice situation, Michael would not have sent Declan Rice off. There are times when you can manage incidents and there are times you cannot manage incidents. And going back to Declan Rice, it was no way Veltman was going to take that free kick. Stuart knows there's absolutely no way you're going to take a quick free kick. One, because the ball was still moving. Two, Declan Rice wasn't 9.15 metres away from the ball. And you would never take a quick free kick in that situation right near your own goal line. So, you know, that Chris Kavanagh should have managed that better. And with the Doku incident, you can manage that. I mean, whether Michael was telling him, no, the ball's there, although it looks like he's kicked the ball back, he's kicked it back to where perhaps Michael was pointing. But those situations you can manage. But when you come to Trossard, you cannot manage a player that kicks the ball 50, 60 yards. It's two totally different incidents. And it comes from, you can referee with common sense, it comes from the leadership and direction from the PGR management. And we ain't seeing a lot of that at the moment.
I think somewhere, you know, we always level the blame at the officials, okay? And somewhere in all of this, the players have got to help them out a little bit, yeah. I think, you know. And we're vilifying the referee. I watched it. You know, Trossard could have got a yellow card for me for his first challenge, let alone booting the ball away straight afterwards. So how he can turn round and they be a little bit livid that that's a poor decision because one of their players got sent off, I'd be more livid as a teammate and said, look, you've been booked already. What are you thinking about?
But absolutely, sure. And Arsenal should have learned from the Declan Rice situation. Although I felt Declan didn't deserve to be sent off because, you know, in law, the referee, in my opinion, was wrong in that situation. If the referee had got in very quickly in that situation, Declan Rice wouldn't have been sent off. But you're right about the challenge by Trossard. Michael managed that. He was never going to caution Trossard for that shove in the back. Never going to caution him because he can manage those situations. Not every foul, every challenge is a yellow card.
What did you make, Mark, about Erling Haaland throwing the ball at Gabriel's head after that 98th minute equaliser?
Well, listen, there was no need for it, was there? Was it petulance, or you could say it was an act of violent conduct? Because, it's like he's not throwing the ball. He's like he could be throwing a punch. What's the difference? The ball is a weapon. So, listen, as Stuart said, players have got to help referees, and they don't help referees. Why on earth do you want to do that and throw a ball like that at the back of someone's head?
It was a bit of fun, wasn't it? He was just release of tension. It wasn't thrown with any huge force.
Yeah, I know, but you look at that. You look at how many people around the world, how many children, how many youngsters were watching that incident and see that incident, and they think they can go on a Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, and do that in their games. We don't want to see that.
Mark, just a quick one. Do you think the PGMOL doesn't help itself sometimes with some of the stupid explanations that they come out for? I mean, Sam Barrett, a decent game, West Ham against Chelsea. He's clearly missed that Crescentia Somerville was held. Stuart Atwell has not helped him one jot. One jot, by looking at that and saying it was fleeting contact, when everybody in the world can see it wasn't fleeting contact. Why do they come out with nonsense like that?
I agree with you, Jeff. It is absolutely nonsense. And Sam is a good young referee, and he will learn from that. But he was in a great position. And, if you look through Law 12, fouls and misconduct, there's nothing about fleeting. There's nothing about sustained holding. A holding is a holding offence. A foul is a foul. And for me, that was a clear and obvious error. And Stuart should have come in and recommended a review.
Couldn't agree more. I thought it was as clear a penalty as you ever got. Did you see it, Stu?
Yeah.
As clear a penalty, wasn't it, as you ever got? And it could have changed the whole game. However, there we go. Mark, thanks very much for joining us.
Take care, guys.
Cheers, thanks.
Absolutely. Key moment in the game as well, because I know that West Ham were 2-0 down and Chelsea were brilliant. But, hey, they get one back at the London Stadium, get that crowd behind
Changes very quickly.
Very quickly.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.